Yeah, 4 more minutes.
Boom. But I'm just getting stuff ready so people can start joining the stream. You know, checking out the audio. The stream's staying hi to Twitch chat. Hi, Twitch chat.
How's it going, Twitch chat?
Hey, Twitch chat.
Twitch chat sucks!
Oh my
Wait,
goodness.
what?
What?
That was Thero. Send your hate mail to Thero.
I picked the one person that doesn't talk.
Error. Why am I getting a network error?
Shenanigans.
It's because you said Twitch chat sucks, obviously.
No, I didn't say it.
I'm pretty sure that was you.
I think it was
This is
Palm
fine.
No,
Ham
it was
Cat Life
not.
that said
People
it.
know my
I would
voice.
never believe that.
I'm a Texan, y'all.
I mean, I can pretend to be a Texan if you want.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
That
All right,
sounds like you're from
partner.
Carolina.
Maybe I am. Maybe you don't know me very well, eh?
Oh, God.
Damn it, I forgot the A!
Oh, the A. Oh
Hey.
man.
different states smushed together and
The Canada
painful
snuck
to hear.
Yeah.
At least he didn't say a boot.
Canadian redneck.
I don't say
about
that.
a
I say about.
What about
See, I told you, Flame.
That's a
see,
friggin-
he's from a different part though, so
That's
you
the
know.
farther east you get, the more of the Newfie accent that you get. That's what you guys all like. You guys are stereotyping the goddamn Canadian accent to all sound like Newfies.
Oh, Newfies, I get it. All right.
That's a slander.
Which one's the French one?
Oh, that's
Right.
Montreal. We don't talk about them.
Montreal,
Oh my goodness.
Quebec.
Shout out to Molly from Quebec. 5.0 represent.
I knew we had
5.0,
someone from Quebec. I
5.0.
couldn't remember who it was.
We have a few.
Oh, look at all the 5.0 people. with
Les
their-
Québécois.
Isn't that great?
I mean, Quebec probably has better food. Just saying.
You guys don't have Nanaimo bars over there. Your guys
Yeah.
don't have better food.
They have poutine though. We all have poutine.
We all have
really,
poutine.
though,
What do you
Mhm.
mean?
They
They probably have
created it.
French
but
poutine.
yeah.
They probably have like
Originated.
some like crazy bougie like topping.
How do you make French fries smothered in gravy and cheese curds fancy? Tell me that, Perry.
Use a fancier cheese.
Put
Obviously.
garnishes on top.
Brisket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brisket.
We have that over
Oh,
here
sounds
tyou.
good.
Oh my
Dude,
God,
I
have you ever had
had
have you ever
Charge
had
too much for it?
that too.
butter chicken? Butter chicken.
Call it aioli instead.
Poutine was really good.
Butter chicken.
Oh no.
Low
I was
quality.
gonna say, I had
Damn, L, damn.
I had a poutine that had roast beef cut up on top of it, like a pot roast beef kind of
Oh,
thing.
that sounds good too.
So
Yeah.
good.
All right, we got 1 minute till the meeting starts. That's why we're kind of BSing right now. But we're gonna start soon. Here we go. It's 1 minute.
I'm hungry.
Quebec represent.
Take it away, Sam.
Aren't I?
Wherever you want.
Am I the only one from BC?
Okay, it's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I always say that after Jimmy Buffett. Anyway, okay, it's 5 p. It's 5 p.m. Central Time, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on the Fallen Sword FC meeting. Some of you may know I'm feeling a tad under the weather this weekend, so I've been having some of the legacy officers do the bulk of the meetings for me, but I'm still here. I'm going to go ahead and do the introductions for myself, and I may touch on a few event type things here and there, but your very own Techno Legacy Officer is going to be doing the majority of facilitating this meeting today. So if this is your first time, it's going to be really surprising because you're in Fallen Sword and like their applications are turned off, so I'll be shocked if this is your first time. But there may be one of you I know that recently joined as a family member of an officer, and so for you, if you're here, welcome to your first Fallen Sword.
No, we actually have two. We have
Oh, two. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, if you are a real life family member that just got invited, then welcome to your first Fallen FC meeting. Otherwise, you guys probably know the drill, which means that we go through our introductions for the leadership, and then we'll go into events. There might be some upcoming seasonal events as well. Bria says they're watching on Twitch. Okay, well, welcome the 1 or 2 new people that just joined.
Welcome to Mario Kart. Woohoo!
Okay, so I'm Saturn Return. I'm the FC leader, and some things about me. I really like doing social events. We'll probably talk about some Valentine's social events that will be coming up this month in February. And I do like raiding. I'm more of a casual raider because I just don't have the time to raid all the time. And I also like Sestasha as my favorite dungeon. It gives me memories and nostalgia from back in the day in WoW when we used to do Dead Mines or the Wailing Caverns. This is the first time you really get to group with people. So now Sestasha has become that placeholder for me where you first get to meet people when you're starting an MMO out. So that's a little bit about me. And then yeah, exactly. Siegfried said, "Hey, my voice get older." That's what I'm saying. I'm not feeling well. I'm under the weather. That's why Tech's going to be doing the majority of the meeting. So I'll go ahead and pass it off to the legacy officers, and then the legacy officers can do their introductions and so on.
All right, so I'll go ahead and start it off. Everybody knows me. I'm Techno. I'm your resident legacy officer. So you guys know I'm really big into glamour. I host a monthly event called Techno's Glam Jam, Omnicrafter, and like to hang out with you guys and do a lot of crafting commissions, help with glamming, that kind of stuff. It's usually what you'll find me doing more often than not. I'm also White Mage and Dark Knight main, so if you have any questions about those two classes, I definitely can give you some pointers and help with that. Also, I'm a Raider, working on E10S right now with our Static Crit Happens, which most of our Legacy officers and a few others are in. Also play D&D with most of the Legacy officers too. Mr. Perry Pennington is our DM, and that's hopefully going to be starting up here pretty soon again too. So
Ooh, spoilers!
Huh? What spoilers? What? I could tell them that we're going to start again soon. Jeez. But anyway, but yeah, hopefully we're going to be starting that again soon, and it's a good fun. You guys can watch us on Twitch whenever we're doing it, and we have a lot of good fun shenanigans there too. But yeah, I like to do pretty much anything in the game. Like to help. If you got any questions about stuff, or you need anything answered, just let me know. I'm gonna hand it off to Cero because he piped up.
Oh, sure. Put me on the spot, why don't you? You know how I am in crowds.
They're calling you Cat Mom, by the way, in Twitch chat. By the way.
I know. Yeah, I'm the cat mom now.
Okay. I am Cero. I am a altaholic who also doubles as a pyromaniac. Not sure if there's anything else really about me that anyone knows. Shit, you put me on the spot. I'm really getting flustered here. You know that?
It's
See,
fine.
I like to raid. I've got
Videos. She does videos.
Oh yeah, I do that too. I've actually gotten more into that, and I actually have some videos coming up soon that I'm very proud of.
Oh, they're gonna be excellent. Yes.
Oh my god, I'm so happy. I raid. I do a little bit of crafting. I do a little bit of everything. And if you don't, if you don't see me on one of my mains, I'm probably off on one of my many alts. So the easiest way to get a hold of me is definitely through Discord. I'm not even kidding. Ask Lulu. I scared the shit out of her the other day with how many alts I had. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna throw it over to let's throw it over to Hugga. He's not saying much yet.
Hi, I'm Hugga Cactus. I'm the Legacy Officer from Mortal Sword, also known as 1.0. I run map parties. I do a lot of gathering. I work on a lot of gathering projects. I'm a Discord moderator. I do a lot of work behind the scenes. I also work at the Sword Cafe, which I'm sure will be gone over in a few minutes. And I'll pass it over to Perry.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Perry Pennington from the Immortal Sword 2.0. I do various things in the FC, including a lot of administrative tasks that I help together with Saturn and Hugga. I do inactivity removals for the Immortal Sword. I do activity checks for all 5 FCs together to compare how we do during peak hours in terms of population and member retention compared to other FCs, top FCs on Marlborough. I farm prizes, and together with Tech, we actually cleaned up your guys' prize chest today for the giveaway, so look out for that. I co-host the monthly Glam contest with Saturn, and the last one we did was the Earth, Wind, and Fire and Water theme with 4 elements, and it was super, super cool, and so we do that monthly, or bi-monthly. And I also recently put together an elite technology professional squad to help me update and take care of swordfc.com, which has gotten a facelift in recent months. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. Super informative and super swanky looking. And we're going to be adding more stuff. We got a Trello board. We got all kinds of cool stuff coming down the pike. I'm a Discord moderator. If you need help with Discord, reach out to me. And I raid and crit happens. My mains are Warrior, Dragoon, and Scholar, so if you need help with those, just let me know. And finally, I stream sometimes on this channel, twitch.tv/swordfc, and our D&D will be starting back up, which I'm DMing. It's 5th edition, and we'll be going through the Rime of the Frost Maiden adventure, so that should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I guess that's it for Legacies, so let's see, who do I want to pick up?
Well, we
Flame.
have Komed, but he's not here right now.
Oh.
Go Flame.
Hey,
Flame,
guys.
Flame.
Hey 5.0 Capo. How's it going? I'm
Cat
Flame
boy,
Zero. I'm your token Canadian. I'm a raider. I'm an Omnicrafter. Currently working on E12S. What else? Yeah, I host raid learning parties. I'll talk about that later, though. I don't know. That's about it for me. I'll toss it over to Calic.
Another cat?
Mm-hmm.
Calic, you want to talk?
We're
You
all
want me to-
cats here.
They're all cats.
Picked up for me.
I
We're
mean,
I'm
working on
holding out, just like I'm holding out with the yellow chocobos.
I
for
mean,
Temple.
I
I'm
may
holding-
have
Don't do it.
some footage on my computer I just pulled out recently of
We
someone
don't
being a cat
negotiate
during
with-
a wedding.
All right, so Calic is our resident housing enthusiast. She takes care of a lot of housing stuff for us. She's the one that actually decorated our house for us here in Fallen too. So if you like the way this design is, it's really nice. She's definitely the one that hooked us up with that. She takes care of new housing packages for all the new people who are getting their first house for the first time, and some of the more expensive but things that usually everybody sees in their house, like an Aetheryte crystal and an orchestrion roll and all that kind of stuff. She helps out with that kind of stuff too. Oh, F. She's going to talk.
She said
She said Sue.
It's okay. Hello.
Sorry, Calic, you can finish up.
I just noticed it's awkward. It's I mean,
F.
as what Tech has mentioned, I managed the Discord. If you haven't checked it out, go for it. We have the housewarming kits and all the other housing stuff. If you have any questions regarding it, feel free to ask me or the other officers. I help around with the websites, making a bunch of Go-Go sheets for people.
She
I
has been
took a
super
break.
helpful with that.
With the magazine, yeah. Hopefully, but yeah, I took a break with that one because CTM will hopefully finish with Raid maybe. Omnicraft and Gatherer 2, if you need help with that as well, I can help. And I'll pass it over to Bria.
What's up, guys? I'm Bree Moon Whisperer. I am the Bard of 5.0, and I run the Sword Band as well as making sure the Sword Cafe is staffed with bards. I really like doing the Bard performance mode, and I've recently gotten a lot more into crafting. I'm almost to Omnicrafter, so I can help with that as well a little bit. And I'll pass it over to, I guess, whoever's going to speak for you, boy.
Why don't you talk for yourself, you boy? So I don't look like such a silly ass fool for trying to make Calic
He
here.
said-
No. Your boy's gonna be our token shy boy still. Okay, fine. So your boy is one of our oldest officers here in Fallen 2. He has his own event that he does called Human Darts, where you go and find a cliff and you jump on top of him and win guild. It's really fun,
I don't think you should word it like that.
but why not? Because that's what you do.
Okay. Just
But
saying.
anyway, he takes care of a lot of the housing stuff for us too, watching the plants, making sure that the subs and airships are all taken care of as well. A lot of the maintenance stuff around the house too. So he definitely is a big help around here and takes care of our chocobos for us too. So yeah, I think that's everybody, right?
Yeah.
Lotto too. That's right. I forget. So yeah, donate to the Lotto. The Lotto is very important. It helps us fund all the cool, awesome events that we do for you guys. So the more you donate, the more stuff you can win off the Lotto, and the more stuff we can do for you guys too. All right, so after introductions, moving right along. So obviously, you guys have seen us talk about how we're followed, we're 5.0, which means that there are 4 others, which would be Mortal, Immortal, Eternal, and Temporal. The reason that we have 5 FCs is because we wanted to have our own quote-unquote in-house party finder. Whenever the what we like to call the crystal apocalypse happened and all the data centers changed and everything, we had a lot of people who went different directions than what some of the people in Malboro went. So we were worried about not being able to really do some of the in-game content as a group because we'd have thought that we weren't going to have enough people to take care of that kind of thing. So to thanks, Bashan. So to counteract that, we decided to make this big group for an in-house party finder, so that we could kind of keep it in-house and have our own group statics and just keep everything within Sword and just have a really big community that we could draw from to go and do content with and everything. So something that's really cool that's actually come out of this is each of the FCs kind of has their own identity as well. Like Mortal is kind of the the parent. They're the ones that have the most 80s, and they're very, very serious, very in-raid content oriented. They do a lot of the in content stuff, so they're more focused on that. Immortal is more of kind of like the parent figure. They're always like doing mini games and having a good time. They're very wholesome. They enjoy doing a lot of glam stuff too. So they kind of have that feel to them as well. Eternal is our token degenerates. They like to do their little no pence events, and they have a good time being pretty silly with that kind of stuff. But we love them all the same. They just are a little bit more shenanigans, and they have a good time being a little crazy. Temporal is kind of more wholesome as well too. They like making cookies and doing mount farms and crafting and that kind of stuff. Michon over here, Wrathclaw, he runs a morning event for people who are up early in the morning and everything. Very wholesome, very fun. I've actually gotten to go with them a couple of times here recently, and it's a really good time too. So, and then we have us, Fallen, and I kind of feel like we're still developing a little bit, but I really kind of feel like we've become kind of a cross between several of the different FCs, because we've got a lot of in-game content that goes on here too, but a lot of fun stuff that goes on with farming stuff. We're also a very tight-knit group because we're so much smaller, so pretty much everybody knows everybody in our FC. We all hang out at the water cooler, as we like to call it too, so it's a good fun time. You guys should come up and hang out at the Summoning Bell with our popular group sometime, because it's good fun. We love to see you up there to just hang out sometime too.
Get some juice from Cat Mom.
Yes, I will give you juice if you want juice, because I am the Cat Mom. So on top of that, because we have so many FCs, we run a ton of events. Like, I'm talking about a ton of events, from mount farms to map parties to special events, which we've got a couple of really cool ones coming up soon. We've got our Valentine's auction, Valentine auction coming up, and we've got a new one that actually Athena is going to be running, and I'm going to let her talk about that right now, since we're thinking about it.
All right. Hello, everybody. For those that don't know me, I'm Athena Mistborn. I host the Glam Grind on Wednesday nights, and this month I'm bringing y'all something a little bit special. So, Cupid proudly presents the Sword Speed Social. Do you constantly find yourself gravitating towards your same social circle? Do you feel like you don't know enough people outside your specific Sword.0? Well, have I got an event for you! You are invited to an evening designed to break you out of your normal social bubble. Come and be introduced to 10 sorties and get to know them with some suggested conversation starters. There will be fun, music, and raffle prize. People, I'm talking mounts, I'm talking minions, I'm talking bardings. This event is open to all Sword members, and for maximum accessibility, will be conducted through in-game text chat. There will be 2 different sessions for this event. The first one's going to be February 19th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and is going to end around 10:45. Second one's going to be February 20th at 4 p.m. Eastern and end about 5:15. It will take place in the Goblet in Ward 9, Plot 35, and there are limited spots available, so please RSVP with me on Discord as soon as you can with your in-game name, your specific Sword FC, and the session that you would like to attend. This is going to be a once-a-year event, so reserve your spot today, people.
Awesome. Thank you, Athena. So that's cool. Like, that's one of the special events we've got coming up, as well as the date auction we're going to have coming up on the 27th. We're going to have 2 time blocks for that, so we'll get a little bit more information as far as like that kind of stuff goes down the road a little bit too. We've got a couple of weeks. I know that we've still got people signing up for the date auction coming up as well too. But it's officers are going to get signed up first, and then once we get that filled up, it'll be members if they want to sign up. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, so it's a good fun time. That's going to be on the 27th. Like I said, it's going to be 2 blocks too. So definitely be looking out for that. I think there's actually some information in the announcements about it too. So definitely check it out. Also, some reminders for you guys for just stuff in the FC. We have a lot of things that we give out for free just in the FC itself. So the first thing would be crystal shards and clusters. If you're a crafter that's working on your crafters, I know we got a ton of people who craft and Fallen for sure. If you're still working on them and you're running low on crystals and that kind of stuff, the FC will supply you with a decent amount of those as you're leveling up and everything. So if you need some, get with an officer or something, and they will they'll get you whatever you need so that you can continue crafting. Our chocobos, if you stable your chocobo, not only will we take care of feeding them for you, but we also offer all of the fruits to do the chocobo coloring if you want to do that. It's a pretty easy process. You just let us know what color or you want to do your chocobo or what fruit you actually need. Then we'll go and get the fruit out for you, give them to you, and you just do it. If you screw up your color the first time, you don't quite get what you want, don't worry. You can always get more fruit from us. We have no problem with that, and you can try again to get the color that you want. We also offer the FC rooms within the FC house too. Those are 300K a piece. If you're just like super broke, you don't have the guild for it, then we will help you with that. But we ask if you can afford it, you know, pay for it with your own guild. But if you just really won't want it, you just don't have the funds, just let us know, and we'll try to help you out with that too. We also have a buff schedule that we do that helps out with different things in the game, whether it be food buffs, battle experience, crafting experience, that kind of stuff. That buff schedule is actually posted on our board on the Discord as well. So if you're interested in kind of knowing what our buff schedule is for stuff within the actual FC, take a look at that, and it'll tell you exactly what it is that we're doing for each day. And speaking of Discord, that actually is a very key place for you to find a lot of information out of the FCs. So if you're not actually a member of the Sword Discord, I definitely recommend getting that taken care of and getting into it, because that's where you're going to find pretty much all of your information as far as events and prizes and all that kind of stuff. So once you come in, you're going to have a Welcome to Sword. You'll pick your FC, then you'll pick the roles that you want to have, and then you'll have a slew of stuff that you get to go through. We have a COC that we really recommend that you read so that you kind of know what our rules are within the Discord and within the FCs too. It's really important that you kind of know what's going on with that too. And then you're going to have a list of freaking Discord options for you, just all different types of chats. We have different roles and events and that kind of stuff, but something that we like to kind of give you an idea on that's really, really important to us is our mini games. And man, we have a ton of mini games that we run. So let's see. I'm going to give you just a rundown, just really quick, on some of the mini games we've got in there too. Okay, so if you go to there and you look at our mini games tab, the first one there is called Who's That NPC? That is a pretty simple one where you'll get a picture of an NPC. You have to actually find that NPC and then take a picture with the NPC, post a number in that actual chat, and then at the end of the week you'll get a roll-off, and whoever's closest to that number actually will win a prize. So also, most of these events, the way that they work as far as prizing goes, is you'll post a location or a time or whichever the item is, and you will they'll roll off at the end of the week, and then whoever's the closest to that number will win a prize. So most of the events kind of run in that line. So the next one is Time Attack. This is one that you'll go into a specific dungeon that's been chosen for the week, and then whoever has the fastest time will win a special prize, and then also whoever beats the time that is required to do in the dungeon will be entered in for that numbered roll-off at the end of the week too. Salandria, are you here?
Yes, I am.
All right, I'm going to let you talk about Wandering Warrior of Light.
Wandering Warrior of Light could pretty much be summed up as hide and seek while reading a story. The core concept is that an adventurer randomly found a set of journals from the Warrior of Light in an inn one time, and had the brilliant idea of deciding to literally follow in their footsteps. And then you proceed to read the journals of said adventurer, look for locations and key elements in those particular locations, to post a picture of that location along with the key elements to have them in the picture, put your number up, and hope that you win something. As I said, it's more story-based, but it's essentially still hide and seek with flair.
Awesome, thank you, Sil. All right, so the next one, that's one of Kemed's mini games. He couldn't be here this evening, so I'll kind of go over a little bit. It's the hide and seek with Kemed. He will, or the person who won previous week, will pick a location of the game. They'll take a photo there, and then you have to figure out where that location is. You'll take a photo in the same way, with kind of the same stuff in the picture, and then you'll pick a number, and again, you'll roll off the end of the week, win a prize. Parkour challenge is another one that Kemed does, where you basically will do like a parkour maze. Usually it's going to be in the yard of his actual house. You have to take a picture at the location where he is at, which would be completing the parkour course. Put a number up, you'll roll for a cool prize. Mel, do you want to talk about Shar's Fishing Extravaganza really quick?
Sure. Shar's Fishing Extravaganza is the most fun you can have legally in the game. You take your rod, you grip it with both hands, you master your bait, you cast it, and you fish up the biggest or smallest specimen you can find, according to what Shars has posted for the week for you to go and catch. So you should do that. You should also participate in Shars' other event, Who's That NPC? Shars will find an NPC. You can go and find it. You take a picture, you post it with the number, and you win Gil. Back
awesome,
to you,
thank you, Mel. Okay. So the next one is our Glam contest and screenshot. I don't think Silvax is in the chat right now, so I'll kind of go over that just a little bit. That one is that one's a monthly contest where they'll post kind of like a Glam challenge with kind of open for you to actually kind of interpret. They'll do like like fast food, or they'll do like Christmas theme, just whichever you want to do, and then you think up a cool picture with in-game emotes, just however you want to do it. Post a photo, and then they do a first, second, third winner for cool prizes in that one too. So the new year's one just got concluded here pretty recently. So I don't think he's posted a new one yet, but that will definitely be coming soon. So make sure you keep an eye out on that actual that announcement there too. So. All right, so the last one on that list is a Sword Artist Online contest, which Salty actually runs. And since he's not here, again, I'm going to touch on this one just a little bit. This one's just a cool place for you to touch into like your artistic side. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a picture or like a drawing or anything. You can do anything that can be considered like an artistic piece, like a poem, or you can do like a drawing, just anything like that, short story, however you would like to interpret it. And then again, they'll pick a first, second, and third at the end of that month. So it's just a cool way to kind of show off your artistic side if you'd like to try that out. Take a look at that. You can see some of the older entries as well. There's a lot of cool content, a lot of really talented people in RFCs that have put up some really cool stuff. So definitely check that one out too. So yeah, the theme for that one this month actually is love. So definitely check it out if you're interested in trying it out. Take a look and see if you want to try it out. So now I'm going to make sure that some of my members get to plug some of their stuff really quick. So Bria, do you want to plug your event really quick?
Favorism now, eh?
Absolutely. I'm Catmom. I got to take care of my people.
Yeah, so we got the Sword Band, and I believe we'll be playing at the upcoming date auction. And yep, and then so we're always looking for more members. The way I'm kind of doing it is those people that show up regularly, especially the ones that come to the cafe, they're going to be the ones that get to play the big shows and stuff like that. And we've even started playing shows where we get paid and stuff like that. So if you're interested, just let me know.
All right. Alec, do you want to talk a little bit about housing since I ruined your introduction?
No, you're good. So if you haven't yet checked out the housing channels, which if you have not added the housing notifications to your role, go to the role and event assignment to assign yourself that role, so you'll get notified for any open plots and if there are any housing events announced. We offer some housewarming kits for those new homeowners that I know how much houses cost, so we will provide them with like summoning bell, table orchestration, and something like that, so that at least you'll be able to summon your retainers inside your house, have some music. And then if you want to get any of the housing walls, like the florist walls, half-timbered walls, go right ahead and let us know. As long as you have the mats, we will craft them for you. We also have the exchange furnishings for FC credits. So if you go into the bulletin board, there's a list that Saturn posted on what housing items you can get. It's free as long as it's for personal use. So just let any officers know and they can get it for you. I also host the housing giveaways every month now. And this month's theme is Valentine's, so do participate if you want to, so you can get really nice housing prices. There's also the house tours that Kalara Silvermist does every third Tuesday of the month, where she tours several decorated houses along with all housing enthusiasts. And we can also get some goodies along the way. And if you have any decorated houses, FC rooms, apartments that you have not submitted before, go submit them so we can spy and grab some ideas maybe. for future reference. And Willa has a bunch of gardening services that I think she will mention in greater detail, yeah?
Are we going to me?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, go ahead, Will.
Okay. So, like Alec mentioned, we do have a bunch of gardening services. First, we have the gardener starter kit. So, if you don't know how to garden or want to get started on gardening, I offer you mentorship and I give you seeds and fertilizer and soil and things like that. And then we also have a watering service where a bunch of volunteers like water your plants just in case you're forgetful, so your plants don't die. And that's it.
Cool deal. Thank you, Willa. Flame, you want to plug your learning parties?
Yeah, I can. Hey, I host Raid Learning Parties, which are level 80 Savage content, for endgame players. All you have to do is you have to have the minimum item level of 500 or 510, depending on the fight, and you have to be done the 5.3 storyline, the main storyline, sorry, as well as the 12 normal fights. I host these parties on Saturday at 2 p.m. Central Time. Come on in, learn some mechanics, have some laughs. It's pretty good to get into. You don't have to have any experience prior. I try to host a very relaxing and chill environment. Yeah, so come by. It's a good time. That's all for me.
Cool deal. Thank you, Flame. So I'm going to touch on a couple of events for two of our officers here in Fallen, just really quick too. I spoke a little bit about your boys' Human Darts, but I'm going to kind of explain a little bit better. So Human Darts is going to be every other Friday. I remember, did you do it this Friday, boy, or was it next Friday? Okay, so next Friday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then it's going to be every other after that. He does what we call human darts. So he'll pick a location out in the world at some very tall cliff that you'll go out to, and then he'll basically make himself a target at the bottom of the cliff, and you will jump off either on a mount or just on foot and try to land as close as you can to him. Each time that you land next to him, if you're the closest one, you'll win 250,000 gil. Sometimes he just does 10, and then they call after that. Sometimes he'll do a little bit extra. Just kind of depends on how he's feeling as far as the jumps go. So definitely check that out. It's a really good fun time, and it's an easy way to win some gil and get to know some people, because we get people from all the FCs that come out there and just kind of hang out and have a good time and check out some places too.
We have Fallen maps as well on Sundays when this starts. Hosted by ya boy and Sip and Sage, as a side note.
Yeah. So yeah, map parties. I think map parties is probably the most popular thing that we have across all FCs. Like, everybody loves doing maps. Like, just good fun. Get to socialize with people, and you make money at the same time. It's just all around a good thing. So I'm also going to talk about one more event for Melusine, not to be confused with Melisande, who is a different person, just so everybody knows. So Melusine runs an event called the Triple Triad Cup. It's a weekly event where you get to go to the Golden Saucer. Go to the Golden Saucer and do a Triple Triad event. So you'll build a deck for a specific set of challenges that Melisande Melusine will set up. Whoever actually wins will win 500K. If Melusine is the one that actually wins the event, then the prize pot will go to the next week. So depending on how many people, you might have to play NPCs as well, but that just kind of adds to the challenge of it sometimes. It's a really good time. Melusine will add like some special challenges in there as well. Like we did one where we did lucky number 7s, so you had to have at least a card set where you had seven sided cards. One where you had to lose all of your matches to actually be the top one. So it's really cool. He adds some awesome dynamic to the game as well, and it's just really good fun time if you enjoy Triple Triad. So definitely go check it out. That's every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard, so that would be 6 p.m. Central Standard. So definitely check him out. And now I'm going to plug mine just a little bit. That would be the Technos Glam Jam. So that's a monthly event that I get to do, and that actually just finished up last week. So if you guys go and check out the screenshots, you'll see some that I just did for Nugent. He's the one that won the last month as well. So go check those out, and you kind of see what some of the stuff we do is. It's really fun. So basically what happens is about middle of the month, I'll put out an announcement that we're putting up for people to do the Glam Jam. If you're interested in doing Glam and you're not very savvy at it, you don't really have the funds to do it, or you don't really feel like you're very Glam savvy, then hit that emoji that I've got on there. It's always going to be that golden high quality because it's high quality all the time. Do that, and then you'll be entered in to win. Once somebody is won and selected, then I'll get with that person, and then you will have 3 choices for your actual Glam makeover. You can either pick a single item in the game, like a chest piece, legs, boots, whichever you want to do, that you just really like, and we'll build a Glam around that actual piece together, just going through dungeons, crafting stuff, just however we need to do it to make the stuff. Or you can go to the Eorzi collection, which is a cool website that we use for just glamour stuff. If you ever want to get some cool ideas, it's a really good place to go check that kind of stuff out too. But you can pick out a full set there, and then we will just build it together, go through the dungeons. I'll get you stuff crafted, just however you want to do it. And then the third one is, it's actually what Nugent did last month. You can give me full reins, and I will just kind of get some questions from you and see kind of what you might like, and I will just build a Glam for you myself from scratch. And then you can check that out, and we'll do, once that's done, you also get a barding for your bird that you get to choose, that either can go with your Glam or just a barding that you don't have yet that's really nice that you've always wanted. And once we're done with that, then our very own Kamed will get with us, and we will do a small photo shoot in an area or two for you to have some cool photos with your new Glam and everything. The last part of that, though, is the one caveat. We don't do any Mog Station items, so it has to be an item that you can craft or gather or obtain in-game. So just bear that in mind if you actually win. So, yeah, and I'm going to let Sandra say something.
Yeah, I just want to touch on something really quick. One of the members in Immortal Sword, Send Nudes, had a fun idea called, he was thinking that because we're always in our pajamas, that having a slumber party type event just for Fallen might be something that would be interesting. And I also thought that it would be fun because, like, as you can see, we have all of our pillows and slumber party type stuff up here. So I was thinking that if anyone has like ideas about what would we do during said slumber party if we did that, you could DM me or a Fallen Officer, and we'll like compile them in the Fallen Officer chat. We did do a Sword Pride event before called Two Truths and a Lie, and we had a lot of fun trying to get to know each other during a Sword Pride event with like maybe 15 people or so. So it wasn't like a ton of people. It was like small, you know, like it would probably be for us where we only have 20 or so people that probably would attend from Fallen. But it would be like a guild only, Fallen only event, by the way, for like building camaraderie. And it would be like a slumber party where we do something like, maybe that's why I was thinking the Two Truths and a Lie, to get to know each other. And we had a really good time when we did it with Sword Pride. But if we don't do that, then we could try some other type of like little mini game or whatever. and it could be like a slumber party, and we can all wear pajamas and come up here and with the pillows and whatever. But if we did this, it would probably be like March or something because we're doing the date auction things for February. But yeah, or movie night, like Flame says, movie night. Yeah, like any of those things, like kind of just making like a traditional thing for our guild. And Sin Nudes is from Immortal, but he noticed this cultural thing here when he comes to hang out, and I thought that was really nice to bring the idea up. And I just wanted to like mention it to all of you. If you have any sort of ideas regarding a slumber party in March, then let me or an officer know. Okay. Also, speaking of Sword Pride, Mel, do you want to talk about that?
Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me pull up my notes. I want to make sure I don't forget anything because this is a very important job I have. I'm going to come blend in. Hello, everybody. I am Melisande Revenge, affectionately known as Mama Mel, not to be confused with Melusine, who is a completely different person. And I'm here to talk to you about Sword Pride. We have our rainbow runs in Sword Pride every Monday from 8 to 10 p.m. Central. Granted, Pride is an invite-only channel, but it is open to anybody who is a member of the Alphabet Mafia or an ally. We welcome you to come join us and hang out and chat. Every Monday, we choose an event to do. It could be maps, it could be Golden Saucer, it could be Rage, you never know. And we do that, and we have a ton of fun. So if you would like to join Sword Pride, please DM me or any Legacy officer or any Discord mod, and we would be happy to add you in, and we would love to have you join us. Yay.
Awesome. Thank you, Mel. Okay. So, Sylvie, one last one. Do you want to hit up the FC room decoration contest?
Yep. So, as everyone might know, the room decorating contest is a quarterly event where we come up with a topic and you decorate your room to see to how you think the topic works. Last year we had a lot of participation. If any of you were here last year, I did a huge post on like how many contestants we had and everything like that. Well, this year we're shaking things up a bit, and every contest is going to have a larger amount of points that are able to be given to you. The topics are going to be completely new and changed on how we get those topics, and we're also adding scores together for each competition, and so it's going to be rolling points, and at the end of the year we're going to be giving out much more prizes than we did last year. Over 10 million gil, lots of Malk Station credit, a ton of in-games items, so it's highly recommended that you participate in all 4 quarters. But if you can't, trust me, there's plenty of points to make it up for. Pay attention Monday to announcements chats if you would like to participate, as we're going to be revealing more about the new point system and revealing our first contest.
Awesome. Thank you, Sylvie. So I want to talk about one more thing really quick, and then we're going to have to get to the promotions. If we didn't plug your event here, I'm sorry. I know that we have a ton of them, and it's really hard to get to everybody. But there are a ton more things that you can get to do in the FC. So just definitely check out Discord and take a look at all the events and stuff that you get to do within the FCs. There's always something new and cool that you would be able to do.
Deep Dungeons, woo!
Yeah, Deep Dungeons too, Heaven on High, that stuff's really cool. But one of the things, this is specifically for Fallen. If you guys notice, a lot of us up here have on these fantastic Gubu Gray uniforms. If you are a new member or just a member who doesn't actually have one of these uniforms, then get with me or your boy, and we will get you hooked up, because this is kind of a special Fallen thing that we really like to do. So if you want a uniform here in the FC, just get with your boy or get with me, and we'll get you hooked up. Yes, your boy has lots of mats, so just get with us and we'll take care of you. All right, so now we're going to move on to our promotions for this month.
Yay,
So,
promotions.
yeah, promotions. The first one we're going to have is going to be a Royal Guard promotion. Royal Guard is a group that they're a little bit above just a regular member that's been in the FC for a long time. They contribute with kind of an event that they really like to run. They go a little bit more above and beyond than most members do, just to help out the FC, either out of their own pocket or just they take their own time away to just help with officer duties and just events and that kind of stuff too. So the person we're going to be doing tonight is helping co-host the map parties that we're doing here in Fallen now. They do a really good job. They're really popular. They really like to hang out at the water cooler with us all the time too. You'll see them pretty much, at least once a day. You'll see them up there hanging out and just cutting up with us. So our Royal Guard promotion tonight is going to be Sip and Sage.
Congratulations!
Congratulations! You did it! Pew pew pew!
Go sippin'. Go sippin'.
Go sippin'.
All right, so our next one, this is going to be our honor guards for the evening. We got quite a few honor guards, so we're going to try to get through them all as quick as we can. So this person actually is very active in the FC chat. They've been in the FC for a year and a half. They're also another one that's very social, really talks a lot. They hang out a lot with the group, and this person is Kay Falchion.
Woo! Congratulations!
Yay!
Yeah. All right, our next honor guard is also somebody who is very active in the group, and they hang out with the water cooler, do events with people all the time. They're very talkative in FC chat as well. They've been with us for 6 months, and that is going to be Coco Coma.
Woo!
Yay!
Congratulations!
Go.
Yay, Coco!
I think she's offline, but
Meh.
yeah.
We meant well.
It sounded like he was saying Coca-Cola at first.
Coca-Cola.
But it's Coca-Cola, but it sounds like Coca-Cola.
Yep, Coco's nickname is now Coca-Cola. All right, so our next one is also somebody who's been with us for 6 months or more, and very active in the chat, very active in groups, helping out with stuff. That's going to be Rue Lockhart.
Congratulations! Boo, 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 boo.
Bing, 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 bing.
Woo! Woo!
All right, our next one, they have been active in our FC for a year or more. Also very active, very friendly. You'll see them around quite often doing events with people as well. This is Faylene Alvar.
Congratulations! Woo! Woo! Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, you did that. All right, next one. This person is very active in the FC chat, very helpful. They've actually been pretty consistent in helping feed chocobos whenever they're online as well. They've been with us for a while. They were an internal and joined us later on for 3 months, and this is... What?
Sorry, Mel.
Mel.
Sorry, Mel.
It's Molly Astray.
Congratulations!
Hey!
Woo! You did it! I'm so proud of you!
Yeah, you did it. All right, now our last honor guard promotion tonight. This is a person who has been very active in our FC chat as well. They hang out at the water cooler quite often too, get up to shenanigans and just have a good time with us as well. They've been with us for 3 months, and this is Yuffie Yui.
Congratulations!
Woo!
Pew, pew, pew,
You did it.
pew. Youfers.
Woo.
I'm so proud of you!
Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Saturn one more time.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention too, so Fallen Sword, I think he might have said already, but Fallen Sword is, part of the culture of Fallen Sword is that you guys are the smallest Sword FC for those that enjoy the cozy feel of not being in a gigantic, I mean, we're part of a gigantic network, but not a big guild. So Fallen Sword is really close for that reason. I want to keep it that way. and that's why I've turned off applications. Only like real life family and stuff can join currently. However, we do have a wait list right now for people that are first in other sword branches that wish to transfer here. And then secondly, if in the future for some reason people want to just like leave or whatever and we need a bunch of people, then maybe we would actually actively recruit publicly to people outside of sword. But you guys are really happy, so I've never had to do that anytime soon. So all that being said, if you do have friends that you meet in Sword, I'm not telling you to actively go out and poach from our other sister FCs. Do not do that because that will piss me off. But if you organically do meet, friends in other sister swords and they want to come here one day, I just want people to be where they're happiest, of course. And if they are happiest being around you all, then it's still an option to transfer here. It's done in like batches, a little bit at a time. There's a wait list. Right now we have, I think, like 3 people on the wait list. If they still want to come over the next time that I allow them to, then they're going to be the first ones. And so anyway, just letting you know that it's not like people can't ever transfer. They can. It's just there's a wait list right now. And the people that are able to be invited at any time are like real life family members. I know like Bria had some real life family members that just joined, and someone else had like their real life wife join. So yeah, like kids, wives, real life family, those people, they can join anytime. But if it's just like a friend that you've met in the game, and RP wives and husbands do not count. I'm sorry. No. Our RP wives and husbands and kids and Flame Juniors and Sip and Sage Juniors and all the little kids that you guys have had, no, those don't count. It has to be real life. But yeah, anyway, just putting that out there that there is a wait list. So anyway, but I do plan to keep you guys smaller for that reason, for the cultural aspect of it. Mortal Sword is the biggest one, and I plan to keep them as the biggest one because that's their culture. They're mostly all level 80s. So you guys are the smallest ones. Now, with that said, you probably have heard about the expansion that's coming in the fall of this year. It's a ways off, but the minimum active number of people will increase during that time. So like if we have 25 to 30 people online right now on average, that's what I want to kind of keep it at for now. However, when the expansion comes, obviously there's going to be a surge of people that will be wanting to try to play the game. And so all of the minimum or maximum amounts of people that I like to keep the guilds at will increase. So that means Fallen will have more people, but you will still comparatively always be the smallest guild out of the Sword Conglomerate for those that like smaller ones. But just to keep in mind that that's a thing that will happen. I don't ever want you guys to get so big that you feel uncomfortable, though, because that's part of your culture. So anyway, just kind of wanted to put that out there and everything, let you guys know what my plans are for Fallen and all of that. So I'll turn it over to Perry then to talk about the prizes, because he normally does the prize explanations.
Hello everyone, it is I, Perry Pennington, and thank you Saturn for the copious amounts of time that I have to do this giveaway. But if you are in the Fallen Sword, and you are in Discord, and you are watching this right now, I would like you to scroll all the way up in Discord. Underneath the Welcome to Sword category, you will see a channel that has now been magically made visible to you, called the Giveaways channel. In the Giveaways channel, you will see a screenshot of tab 1 of your FC chest. It is important to note that all the items in that tab of the FC chest are available for this giveaway, including any mounts, minions, emotes, bardings, and glamour items in there. This weekend is a special weekend. It is Fat Cat weekend. And as thus, you can see you have a Fat Cat minion available in the FC chest. But not only is there a Fat Cat minion available, but one of the grand prizes, if you turn your attention to the bottom row there, the black flowers represent the Fatter Cat mount, which is a Mog Station code. The red flowers represent winning the Play Dead emote. Yellow flowers is the Splash emote. Orange flowers is 1,000,000 gil, and white flowers is 500k gil. We represent them with flowers because we can't physically place Mog Station codes or gil into the FC chest and make it visible like that. So, we use flowers. It is important to note that there are 3 mounts in the FC chest. There's a zoo horn, which is that big-ass bird mount. There's the new big shell whistle mount, which is this like tiny little crab mount from the firmament. And if you will please rid us of these Dalma whistle mounts. It's a dehydrated giraffe camel mount that apparently is worth a decent sum these days. Just take it, please. Okay. So those are the 3 mounts available. In order to be eligible for entry, please click the Tada or the streamer emoji underneath the giveaway bot. About 10 after, it's going to roll, and the winners will be selected and pinged and notified in the giveaways channel in Discord. If you are a winner and you are notified in the giveaways channel, you need to whisper an officer and fallen sword in your FC with your top 2 choices for prizes. So whisper them in-game, not in Discord, because they will have a better chance of getting it to you in-game. So please whisper them in-game with your top 2 choices, and they will try to rush to the chest as fast as they can and get them for you. It's first come, first serve. So may the odds be ever in your favor. And yeah, I think I ended on time there. So
Cool deal. Thank you, Perry.
Yeah. Good luck.
So yeah, guys, just click that emoji and it'll roll off whenever that timer drops off. Definitely hit up an officer, like you said, whenever if you do win. And with that, that's gonna be it for us.
Thank you for coming. Bye.
Don't get with me or your boy if you
Have a gooder.
Tip your waiters.
tip your waiters.
Mhm.